Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. Thank y'all, everybody that's rocking with us tonight. We appreciate you rocking with us on our 5-year anniversary right here on the flagship show of Legacy Internet Radio. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. We got a lot of folks that have checked in already. We have a few more surprises that we hope to have as we progress throughout the night. One of them I have right now. I remember in September of 2011, actually August, I was chilling. I wasn't doing anything, man. And I had a phone call from a brother of mine. He said, yo, we about to do a radio show. You want to be down? And I was like, sure, man. I did that in college. It should be fun. He said, what are we going to be talking about? It's a sports show. I said, well, shit, I could do that. It's this time of year. It's August, September. Talking about NFL? Yeah. So we had a Dallas Cowboy fan in the room. We had a New York Football Giants fan in the room. And we had the original host of the original show, The Green Room, in the room, Mr. Pittsburgh Steeler, the man himself. I like to call him the inspiration because he inspired everything that you hear going on here right now. My brother, love this man. Jay Grizzly's in the room. What's up, brother?
What's going on, bro?
Hey, man. There we go. Try that.
Testing, 1, 2.
Now we got a bad mic. Somebody get this man a good mic. I gave him that outstanding. I gave him an outstanding introduction.
I had a Muppet microphone before. Did that work now?
There we go.
There we go. Oh, yeah, that sounds good. I miss the sound of hearing my own voice. Thank you for that illustrious introduction, Marcus J. Appreciate it, man.
Too bad it didn't go over all quick, and that was my fault. My technical difficulty having self. I didn't turn the studio mic.
Oh, that's all right.
That's my bad. But it's good to see you, man.
Good to see you too, man. It's good to be back here in the Den. Legacy Internet Radio. Can you believe 5 years, man?
5 years, man. 5 years, and it's crazy because the actual date that we did it was on December 5th.
Can I share a little bit of the backstory
Absolutely. Go for it.
Legacy Internet Radio in the Green Room?
Go for it.
First of all, love that intro because right after football season was over, I was out of there. I was out of there, but I wanted everybody to know how hard Marcus J and the crew puts together Legacy Internet Radio and all the shows here on Legacy Internet Radio. When like you said, I wanted to do a radio show. It ended up being about sports, but there's so much more behind the scenes, so much more business side to this whole podcasting and internet radio thing that was way, way, way too much for Jay Grizzly to try to fool with. So you know what I said? So you know what? I know somebody that's got more passion about this than anybody else when I asked them to join the Green Room. And lo and behold, 5 years later, Marcus J, even right now, producing, mixing, typing, he done put on Facebook Live, he's on all kinds of social medias and everything. So everybody give a round of applause to Marcus J.
Yeah, Marcus.
For putting it down. He humble like me because we both compliment each other and we be like, go ahead on, man.
Yeah,
it's all
man.
good. It's all good. But for real,
it was
man.
never about me.
5 years. I thought doing the first show was a takeoff to my stand-up career, and I don't know how that ended. Did not go very well. But I'm glad to be here, man. Appreciate it.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you because, I call you the inspiration. I know it embarrasses you a little bit, and I get a little joy in doing that, honestly. But I appreciate the opportunity because, I remember that day when we were in I remember that day when we were out in the parking lot of the station that we used to be on. And, a lot of those folks who were out there with us that day ain't in the business no more. They ain't in the business no more, And, there's a few of them that we still see them. We still show them love when we come across them.
Yep.
But they not in the business no more. And I think that it's something that we all should be proud of because when I look around the room, I see various levels of Legacy and Radio, starting from the original Green Room that we did back then, I look across the table and I see Big Rube, who joined us.
Big Rube came in on a guest spot.
He came in on a guest spot, and he's still here. He's still here. He's actually my co-founder.
He's like that dude in Half Baked that was on the couch, Stephen Wright. I don't know what they call him, dude or whatever, but he don't go nowhere. Big Rube always gonna be around.
And it's awesome because to go from the green room, and then I guess maybe 2 years later, when Ain't No Half Step Marcus J continued on, and we founded Legacy Internet Radio. We brought you back, and you and the First Lady, Lissa P, did the Green Room version 2.0.
That was a crazy show.
Yeah, so that was dope.
That was I remember coming out one time. I ain't had no shirt on.
Yeah.
What? I remember you fell in the fountain.
I fell in the fountain. Yeah.
I remember Lissa P locked herself in the bathroom because she was too drunk. That was.
I mean, that show, the antics on that show
was unbelievable.
Between Jay Grizzy, Lissa P, yours truly, is an outstanding.
And
combination.
We were flying by the seat of our pants all the way. I honestly, I think we were flying by the seat of our pants up until we moved the station to the studios in the den where we have it now. And the reason I say that is because back when we was first getting Legacy Internet Radio off the ground, we kind of morphed into the Legacy Internet Radio thing. It was organic. It was definitely organic, but what was going on was we had other business sides that we just wasn't rocking with. We're just on different levels. There wasn't no shade in that. It's just different levels. That was one of the reasons why I got out. I was like, what I want to do is not fitting with, where we at right now. And so really it's the call. I remember because I had just bought my house. It was the call you and Ruben made.
Right.
And was like, we about to do our own thing. And I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, and the crazy part about that was Ain't No Half Step on Marcus J was going, Rube, about a little over a year without you. Because we started, obviously, December 5th, and Legacy Internet Radio's birthday is actually March 3rd or 4th, I have to double check, of 2013. March 4th, 2013. And so, we did that for a while. And I remember, and I tell this story all the time because it's an important story to tell. It's an inspirational story to tell. I just happen to be a small part of it. But, Big Rube and I did Ain't No Half Step on Marcus J the Monday before on the station that we used to be on. And when we finished the show, I think we knew that we were done there. And that next day, Ruben, you and I got on the phone and we was like, we either gonna keep doing the show somewhere else or we done. And in that conversation, we decided that we were done. And in a week, we got equipment and we got an LLC and the only thing we didn't have was some place to be.
You didn't have a den.
We ain't had no den yet. And and that den, the precursor to the den ended up being your house, your kitchen, your apartment where you live. One other person, actually two other people were with us in the place that we used to be. Our sister Toyana joined us in the other location on Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J. Obviously, it's been,
Westmoreland Street.
Oh, it do work now.
Yeah.
I call them Muppet mics. Don't they look like Muppets?
It was my fault. I messed that up. But sister, you were with us back in them days before we did all of this. What's your thoughts?
Well, first, I'm so blessed to have the brotherhood of my big brothers here. And, Marcus, remember, you invited me because I am a strong Carolina Panthers fan.
Yes.
And you were like, Toyana, you can come on Mondays and talk about sports, too. Because I have a female perspective. So y'all kind of guinea pigged me on talking about sports and found out that I knew about football just as much as y'all did. And I was just as passionate. But I saw the I saw the potential, I saw the growth, I saw the enthusiasm, I saw just the linger of wanting to be successful, and that's why I chose to continue to be part of this family. You know, everybody can have a hobby, but this is not a hobby. This is something that is meant to be, that's why it's called a legacy, so it can continue and on and on and on for whoever else is to follow after. But I was with y'all right off of Westmoreland, and it was some questionable moments. I was the only chick there, but I had, look where you're at now.
Well,
Thank God.
I brought you in. I remember the day. I remember the day
Oh my
I
God,
met
you
you.
gonna tell that story?
Yes, I always tell it. Once a year I
My
tell the
husband's
story.
on his way too.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing B. But I remember the day that I met you because this was before the Dating Pool Diva and I started doing the Love Revolutions, and she was doing it with another guy. Yeah, Arthur Charisma. She was doing it with another guy. And that particular day, I went. Miss Tony was there. We went, and I remember listening to you talk, and I was like, yeah, I need her on the show. You know what I mean? Because she gonna stir up some stuff. And Tony was like, well, go talk to her. So I go over to you.
Yes.
And I introduced myself to you, and I said, I do a radio show. You should rock with us. And this is the part she didn't want me to tell y'all. I said, well, let's do the exchange of numbers thing. So she pulls her phone out, and I think he was like, I just got this phone.
Yeah.
She's like, can you just put it in there for me?
Yeah, I didn't know how to work
She
the
didn't know how to
phone.
work phone and whatnot. And I had the little stylus. I was like, I'm not using a stylus. Like,
really?
yeah. So, yeah, I always like to tell that story. Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus J. live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. Another person that joined us in the place that we used to be on. He joined us. He was actually not living in Richmond. Coincidentally, Toyana, he was actually living in your hometown of Charlotte, North Carolina.
QC
At the time.
house.
At the time.
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah, we go with that.
Represent.
And whatnot. I didn't do that.
That's your fault.
Yeah, I did.
That's your fault.
I did that. Yeah,
I think I just got smacked in the forehead.
Represent.
He actually was living in Charlotte at the time, and when he would come home, of course he had the fellowship with his little brother. And this particular night, I think you only came to that location one time.
Yep.
But I remember you came in, and so you had an opportunity to be at the place we used to be on. So what's your thoughts and reflections on how far we've come in the entire 5 years that we've been on the air?
Wow. Well, I can tell you off top, you know what? I've always clicked with you, my brother, always, and, always clicked with Jay Grizzly. I didn't like Ruben. It's just something.
Nobody did, bro. You ain't the only
Don't worry about it.
I mean, I
Don't
love
worry
him.
about it.
I do love
Don't
him.
worry.
I love him. I don't care. But I don't like Ruben. But y'all got to understand, because Ruben set me up. And it came out, he was doing the smash. And it came out that I was a Republican. But I'm really a Democrat.
Yeah.
We took that test, and I'm sitting there like, yo, really? You gonna?
I do remember that was in the
I
old
remember that
location.
too.
Yeah, we did that test.
That test was dope.
Well, the short version was Ruben did a test. It was like 15, 20 questions
like
we had to
15
do.
questions.
It was a little awkward because it was radio. We had to be quiet to write down the answers to the test. But basically what the test determined based upon your answers were if you skewed more Republican or Democrat. And I actually remember, because this was during President Obama's second run towards the White House. That's when this was. So this was probably the late summer, fall of 2012 is when this was. And so, yeah.
And it was funny because I come home for the week. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm here with my bro. I get to go to the radio station. I'm sitting there smiling. And then
You walk up on that.
You walked up on Ruben.
He walked up on Ruben. He was like, hey, we're gonna really
Ruben. He did that.
Back up.
And half stepping with Marcus
You are
J.
what you are.
Now,
You a Trump Republican or a Romney Republican?
he's a Michael Steele Republican.
Yeah,
Good save.
that was a good save, bro.
You gotta check these days.
Yeah, he's a Michael
I got
Steele.
some
He's a
Republican-
Michael Steele Republican.
If I'm correct, you were a very strong capitalist.
He was
I
very
was.
strong capitalist,
I was.
but if I'm also correct, you skewed right middle.
I did. Because you were far right.
I was far left.
No, you were far left.
I was far left.
Marcus J was so far to the left. I think the
I was like a socialist when we did this when we did this test. Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus J, live from the Den Legacy Internet Radio. A couple of quick hits. Social media. My brother Bobby is checking me out.
Hi, Bobby.
What's up, Bobby? See you in our spot soon. We also got my brother Ronald is checking us out.
Ronald.
And Gigi is checking us out.
Gigi.
My sister Gigi from Jersey City. Much love to her. I want to get reflections from the folks who have been a part of Legacy Net Radio, as well as Ain't No Hashtag with Marcus J at different stages. Now, I just got a word from everybody who was at the location that we used to be on in the embryonic stages of Ain't No Hashtag with Marcus J. I want to have a word from the folks who have joined us since we've been here at Legacy Internet Radio. And I've known my sister for, 10, 12 years. We used to work together. She's always been a friend of mine. And ever since I started doing radio, because we used to have cool conversations at work, I used to be like, man, you need to come. Oh, I'm going to come. You need to come. And when she started coming, she enjoyed it so much that she was here like every week. Y'all doing a show this week? Of course, I'll be there. And I would always be so happy and honored whenever I would see her. And so, my sister Dee Dee, what's your thoughts on Ain't No Hashtag with Marcus J celebrating 5 years on the air?
I am so proud of you. I really am. I'm so glad to know you. We don't talk all the time, and you've been so gracious because I haven't been here since April, guys.
Has it been that long?
Yep.
Really?
It just got hectic at work, and it got real hectic. And I said, you know what? You texted me last week, and I was like, it's time to start. I got to stop making excuses. So I think this is awesome. I really do. I have friends of mine that are like, when are you going back on there? I'm like, you never call, so why does it matter?
You got friends that's checking for you?
And then I, got put you in touch with one of my boys. I hope he continues to go back and forth with you to get some ideas about a show of his own. But I don't think it's going to touch Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus.
Oh, my goodness. You guys are way too kind. And, I try to be clear. This ain't about me because I can't do it without y'all. Like, when you listen to certain talk shows, there's certain people who you can listen to, just them, and they do 2 hours or 3 hours or whatever it is they do. I ain't one of them. You know what I mean? Like, I have a hard time doing a few minutes by myself, and it's because of you guys. I mean, you guys are all here. I look up in the room. It's, 10 or 12 of us in here right now. I see my brother back there, and I'm going to introduce him.
It's hot in here.
Here in a minute. Well, it's black folk.
All these brown bodies.
But, I mean, I appreciate y'all. And so I don't, the show has my name on it, but I certainly don't want to make it about me. I can't do this, by myself. I remember about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, I would be going to my local watering hole, and, I can't say their name. They ain't paying us. They should be, but they ain't. But I see my sister in there all the time, and, she is just a sweetheart. And every time I see her, she always has a smile and a kind word, and she's become a dear friend and a sister. And I said to her way back, you need to come on the show. You need to come on the show. And then I found out that she has a gift, the gift of clairvoyance. And I said, there's a place on Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus J for you. You need to come. And I think she kind of swatted me away for like a year before I finally convinced her to come in. And now, we do the Lightworker segment once a month here on Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus J. So my sister Shayna Latia, what's your thoughts on our 5-year anniversary of the show?
Oh, well, I just think it's fantastic. I love you, Marcus. If it wasn't for you, I would not be spreading the gift I have with others the way I do now. I learned a lot in a year. I've been here almost a year.
It's been a little over a year. You had your year anniversary about a week ago.
About a week ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
About a week ago.
So, Marcus just used to beg me at work all the time to come to the show. I told him when I started getting more into my gift, I was like, Marcus, I'm a psychic. I'm doing this for real, for real. I'm talking to the dead. This is what I do. He was like, why don't you come on the show, Shayna? That sounds interesting. I'm like, nah, I ain't going on no show, talk to no people about no dead people. They gonna think I'm crazy. Marcus was like, just come on the show. And I think he talked to me about a whole year.
About a year. It was about a year.
We talked about how I'm like, I'm not doing that, Marcus. That is so freakishly crazy. People going to think I'm crazy. I mean, whatever. But I came and everybody embraced me like it was total opposite of what I thought it was going to be. And look at me now.
I mean, and in October, you hosted your whole show.
In October, I hosted my own show on my favorite holiday in the world, Halloween.
Absolutely.
So we all dressed up and we all came, and it was great. And I want to say thank you again because you're actually giving me the leeway to give other light workers, such as myself and Ashley, because Ashley is an angel communicator. Well, she's a whole lot of stuff. She's psychic. She's all that. But this show actually gave me the platform to give other light workers a chance, like Laurel and Jane and Lucia and my future guest that's coming, Nicole and Shay, and it's just so many light workers, and I'm just so blessed to know them, and I'm so blessed to know you, Marcus.
Well,
thank you.
Thank you, and we appreciate you. I love you too, and I appreciate you being here. Appreciate your light. Appreciate your positivity. You mentioned a minute ago one of those light workers was sitting next to you, and of course, I got to make sure, because there's more folks popping in here, and so I'm going to get everybody a word in on this segment here, but my sister Ashley, man, girl, you so damn dope, and I'm going to give you some shine that I haven't given you publicly, but I'm going to give it to you now for those folks who are looking at our Legacy Internet Radio website. The original website we had was real dope. But the one that we have now, I hope the webmaster, the other one, doesn't feel any kind of way about this. But this one is outstanding, and it was created by our sister Ashley. And so the talent that you have, beyond, your clairvoyance is definitely palpable. And I appreciate you being here. And what's your thoughts on what we're doing here?
I love Legacy Internet Radio. Hi, everybody. I'm so glad. I mean, honestly, I was introduced to this by Mr. Steven Sykes. I've only been in Richmond for a year. I met him probably the day I moved down here, and he really ushered me into Richmond. And, he really ushered me into Richmond. And one of the first stops was Legacy Internet Radio, and I kid you not, I have not left since I got here.
Because you used to be one of his co-hosts, regular contributors.
Yes,
probably
I started off as one of his co-hosts, and now I'm just a floater. And then, but it's all good because something special is coming in 2017. I love it. I'm glad that I met Shane. I mean, honestly, almost everybody that I know in Richmond I met through Legacy Internet Radio. This is my family. Like, I kid you not. I think it's a lion on the back of my sweater. I tried to represent, it might be a tiger, but okay, well, I tried. I did the best I could. I got a cat. But I couldn't get the lion, but I got a cat. But at least y'all know my heart was in the right place. I love you guys, and thank you for making me your sister.
You got it. I'm giving everybody an opportunity, and I got a couple of more brothers that I want to get in on before we kind of get to a couple other things. This brother I actually met at a Love Revolution that was hosted by our sister Dating Pool Diva, Arthur Charisma, who joined us here last week for the Diva Diary. Shout out to her. This brother's dope, yo. Like real dope. And he's got this positivity about him that when you talk to him, you kind of feel comfortable because he's got wisdom. And, you know, a lot of people are smart. You know what I mean? But not everybody got wisdom. And this brother got wisdom, and he like whiskey like me. My brother Brod is in the room. What's up, man?
Hold on, man. How you doing?
Flip this, help him out there.
That good?
There you go.
Okay.
My brother Brod. What's up, man?
Not a whole lot, man. I was working late, but I was determined to get here just to support you, and for no other reason, just because I love you. And I think that as as black men, we don't say that to each other enough, to support one another and things that we're trying to do. And I remember back when we first met, I didn't understand what internet radio was or why you would even be doing it. I'm like, is there any money involved, and what are we doing? But your passion and your vision for giving people a voice was just mind-blowing to me, and it was very contagious. So I've always been supportive of that. Always try to show up and just let you know that you have a lot of love on this end, because I appreciate what you do. And on the other end, you talk about me having wisdom. I respect you, and I think everybody that I know has always said this about you, but you're one of the realest brothers out there. You're always going to know what you're thinking. You're going to say how you feel. I never have to question what your motive is. If you're telling me the truth, is there anything else going on with it? It's just real, and that has been the strength of our relationship. So I applaud you, bro. I had to come out and just say that to you.
I appreciate you, man. Y'all gonna embarrass me because this ain't about me.
He all right.
This ain't about me.
Waterworks.
No, that I assure you that's not what happened. But this is yes, that was your baby. This isn't about me, y'all. So, but I appreciate it. Thank you, and I love you too, brother. Every place you go, there's the heart and soul of the place. You know what I mean? Kind of like the pulse, the spirit, And on Tuesday nights, our heart and spirit pumps real strong. It pumps real strong because of the men that host the show on Tuesday nights. That show's called Live and Radio. And Legacy Internet Radio, in its current inception, absolutely would not be how it is and where it is if not for the efforts, the sacrifice, as well as the intellect of my brother, Mr. LP Steven Sykes. And so, my brother, it's your turn to say your thoughts and reflections.
I want to say it's an honor to always be on here. Arthur Charisma introduced me here to this, and I remember when I was in New York doing a bunch of different things, and I was harassing you on a whole bunch of much stuff, and I couldn't wait till Monday night to get on my computer and say something and stuff like that, just to get on there and covering sports and everything else. But I love the vision and I love the idea. We've been through many challenges together, and it's just an honor. It's a passion. It's a glory. I'm only able to do these different things and help be a pulses because through your leadership and through your vision. I'll tell you something that I usually tell everybody else, but you're not always right, but you're never wrong. And for all what you do, I can only echo in saying that you are one of the realest men. I go in battle. You're one of the few men in the world I would sit there and die in battle and go for, no matter what. You have, and I know you don't like to bring it up, you have a beautiful family. God knows if I ever had a daughter in my life, I will hope that I raise them as good as you do.
Oh man!
And everything else.
That was dope.
And everything.
Again.
And I say that because as strong of an individual he is with his views and personality and everything else, he raises his he lets his daughter to be who she is, and that's something I've always respected. I respect people who they are, how they are as parents, and how they're and how they are in leadership in their community. And you're definitely one of those men in this world. And I thank you. I pray for you every day and your family in this station. And God bless you, bro.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. That was cool. Big bro Joe. I don't know if the mic picked it up.
Cups,
he said eulogy and whatnot.
Toast.
No doubt.
I'm a part of it.
And thank you for the wine.
Yeah, I bought wine, y'all. Last but not least, you cannot have, anybody that knows me, I'm a baseball fan, right? a huge baseball fan. For those folks who don't get baseball, there's what they call a utility player on a baseball team. With the utility player, and there's 9, men and women on the baseball team. A utility player is someone that could play multiple roles. Not only can they play multiple roles, but they play those multiple roles with proficiency. And they make themselves indispensable to the team. They don't always have a lot to say. But you cannot have a winning team without a utility player. Our utility player on Ain't No Half Step with Marcus J, he joined me just like everybody else did through a connection to somebody else, because that's how we all did this. We all met through each other. We kind of got a little tree here. And the big bro Joe tree leads me to the utility player, Mr. 3375. What's up, brother?
What's going on, man?
It's good to see you over there.
It's a pleasure being here, but I always got to say, it's always a good day when my Cowboys win.
Yeah, man. Y'all,
boy.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, boy.
That's what's up. Y'all are 12 in New York Giants.
This is not what this show is about, okay?
Hey, look, hey, Didi, it's okay, because they 12 in Giants. You know what I mean? So it's good.
Sorry.
So, Mr. 3375, your thoughts and reflections upon your time as part of the crew.
It's crazy because I know we met at an after party at one of the events that we had, and Joe introduced me to you, and then not only did he introduce me to you, I realized we was a brother on another level.
Yes, sir.
So that was very important to me. Then the next words that came out your mouth after we realized we was brothers on another level, it was like, come by the show. 2 weeks later, I came by the show.
No, the next Monday. That was a Saturday night. Your ass came Monday. 2 days later, not 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Everybody that was here on the show, they just welcomed me like I was already part of the family, and I never stopped coming. I just kept coming and coming and coming till I found my place,
right?
The utility player.
Player.
Everybody knows I'm the man to stick the camera in your face every Monday night.
That's some pimp juice.
That's me.
That's me.
But I appreciate the love that you always show to me, the advice and all of that, and just let me do my thing, man, and I appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you too, brother. We talked about how you meet people through people, and sometimes you meet people through people, and those people come back and they work with you. Not only do they work with you, but they end up on your station. And I met this brother, and I was like, you know what? You might be one of the coolest dudes I know, and he funny as hell. I mean, funny as hell. The kind of funny where he could do stand-up comedy if he wanted to, but he ain't doing it, but he could. And he hosts a show here on Legacy Internet Radio on Sunday nights. It's called Twi After Dark. And I can't say enough about how I feel about this brother WB, who's also a bruh. And I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you being here. What you got, man?
I mean, I just appreciate, you allowed me to speak my mind, because most people tell me don't do that, so by me able to say what I want to say when I feel like saying it, stop teasing me, dude. It's exciting, I get to say what I want to say, and just, it's me. And that's what I like, due to the fact that one of my partners in crime, Bella, we go way back, and she was like, have my show, and I was like, well, can I be on it? I was there. I came my first day, and like I said before, I told myself if I ever get on a radio show, I'm gonna say, this is W Balls.
And you said it.
And I said it.
And I remember the day.
Yeah.
I remember the day you said it. And I remember looking at you going,
right. Nobody could believe I was going to say that.
From the Snoop Dogg
yeah,
album.
Yeah,
that's where
exactly.
His name came
That's where
from.
my name came from.
WB, I thought it was like Warner Brothers or something.
No, they don't want this brother.
No. Remember, you know, he did the what was is it the Chronic? He did
The skit?
He did the Chronic skit.
Yeah, the crit. Yeah,
He did the Chronic skit. You know, now we
Respect.
you know, we telling
Yeah,
our
for
age.
sure.
If you're over 55 or younger than 25, you might not know what we talk about. But
Right.
he did the Chronic skit. You know, W balls. Actually, that's Snoop.
Yeah, Snoop.
That's
right.
doggy
that was
style.
off the-
That's
off the
doggy
first
style.
time.
Yeah,
That
that's
was
doggy
Chronic?
style. That's doggy
I
style.
thought that was the Chronic.
No, that's doggy style.
Nah, I wasn't on the Chronic.
Yeah, that's doggy style. And so, so when you did that
Hey, that's
joint,
fine.
we literally christened you WB. So
Yeah.
we appreciate you, brother.
And I thank you.
Absolutely. Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus J. Live from the Den on our 5-year anniversary here on Legacy Internet Radio. We're going to take another break. I wanted to get into a couple of other stuff, but it looks like we're running through some stuff, so I might have to cut some stuff out. Maybe later on we might be able to get to them. If not, then so be it. But I want to get to Big Rube and the round table, so we're going to do that. We're going to take a break, kind of transition.
All right, that's gonna be all.
And a couple of quick shout outs. My mom is watching.
Hey, Mom.
Hey.
Hey,
What up?
mommy. Hey, mommy. My mom is watching, and our sister Tiffany is checking us out as well. So we are going to shout them out. But we're going to take this break. And when we come back, Big Rube's going to take us around the round table. 804-402-2893, Facebook Live. I'll bring you back up in a minute. Take this break. Be back in a few.
I don't think I could do the round.
Oh, okay. Legacy Internet Radio. It's your girl, the First Lady, comedianess, Lissa P. Ow, ow! Make sure you're tuned in to the #1 internet radio station around, Legacy Internet Radio. Be sure to check out our website at www.legacyinternetradio.com, or you can download the free TuneIn app. Go to the search, type in Legacy Internet Radio, and there you'll have us.